Assalamu alaikum. Welcome again. We let's resume with the topic with the property, associative property. We had seen till multiplication in the last video or in the last class. Okay, today let's begin with the division. So in associative property, for your addition it was true, and also for multiplication, right? And it is not true for subtraction. Okay, now what do you think? Will it satisfy the associative property for division? So what is associative property for division? If a, b and c are three integers, okay, and if I place them like this, a divided by b of divided by c, then will this way equal to a divided by of b divided by c? Let's verify this. Okay, if both the LHS and RHS are equal, then we say that this is true for under division. Okay, associative property is true for division of integers. Okay, I have took one example here. 16 divided by 4 in the bracket, and this divided operation dividing with minus 2. Okay, I can write this associative by using the associative property. I have used parenthesis, shifted parenthesis towards the right, okay, and took 4 divided by 2 in the bracket. So tell me, what is the RHS? What is the value of integer you are going to get in near RHS and at LHS and RHS? Okay, let's calculate this part now. So 16 divided by 4 is how much? It is plus 4. Okay, plus 4 is divided by minus 2. So what is answer for this? This is going to be minus 2, isn't it? Left hand side, 4 divided by 2 is, it goes by 2 2's 4, and plus divided by minus is what? Minus. Okay, on the right hand side, you have 16 divided by 4 divided by 2 minus 2 is minus 2, right? And 16 divided by 2 is how much? Yes, it is, this is equal to 2 8 16, it is minus 8. Here we got minus 2 and here we got minus 8. So it's obvious now that for division this is not equal. Associative property under division is not true. Okay, is it clear, students? So this is one scenario in which we got LHS is not equal to RHS. So it's obvious that under division it is associative property is not true. Okay, let's move on now to the identity property. So the identity property of 0. Okay, you will have identity property of 0 and identity property of unity. Okay, 1. So for 0 it states that if you add or subtract 0 from a number, here we are talking about integer numbers, so the number will remain the same. Okay, let us take example here. A is a number, okay, integer number. This is the number which belongs to integer set Z. Okay, if I add 0 to this, what is the number? It is A, isn't it? If I subtract 0 to this, again you're going to get A, isn't it? So identity property for addition or subtraction, it is identity number, okay, it is 0. Just remember, for addition and subtraction, identity property states is true when we add or subtract 0. Okay, subtract or add 0 with the number given. Okay, if you want to look at an example, see, other than 0, suppose if I add 1, okay, if I add 1 to this, obviously this is not equal to a, isn't it? This number is going to change. If I take 3 as a, okay, and 1, if I'm adding 1 to this, so what is your answer? It is 4, right? So 3 is not equal, this a is not remaining the same. You're giving some, you're getting some output. So 0 is the identity number where when we are adding or subtracting, this number will not change. Okay, now let's see identity for your multiplication and division. What do you think? What would be the identity number for multiplication and division? Obviously it is 1. Already I think you have seen this in your for your whole properties of your whole numbers, under your whole numbers in the previous class 6. Okay, let's revise one more time. So multiplicative identity, obviously, see, if you multiply 0 with any number, okay, I'll take a as any number. If I multiply with 0, what you're going to get? You're going to get 0, isn't it? The what is the identity property? This number should remain same. Okay, so if you multiply 1 with this, you will get a, isn't it? So for multiplicative identity is what? 1. So 2 cross 1 will give you 2. 5 multiplied by minus 5 multiplied by 1 will also give you minus 5. Okay, 1 multiplied by minus 5 will give you minus 5, isn't it? So your multiplicative identity is 1. Okay, additive identity and subtraction, okay, for both, what is the number of identity number? It is 0. Okay, for multiplication and division it is 1. See this for division. Okay, if you divide with 0, what will happen? Any number, if you take a is your number, and if I am dividing it with 0, what is the value of this? It is undefined, isn't it? It's not defined, and it is equal to infinity. It's not a proper number. You can't define this, so it is infinity. If it is if I divide by 1, what you're going to get? A, isn't it? The same number you're getting here. So this is the property of identity. So for division, identity number is what? 1. If you divide any number with 1, then you are going to get the same number back at the output. Okay, so if I say minus 8 is divided by 1, it will give you minus 8, and so on. Many examples. If you divide 10 by 1, you will get 10, isn't it? So any number which you divide, when you divide by 1, you will get the original number a back. Okay, therefore for multiplication and division, the identity is 1, and addition and subtraction, identity is 0. Identity number is 0. Okay, now coming to the inverse property. What do you think? What is inverse? Inverse is just opposite, you can say. Okay, so if I say a, inverse of a will be minus a. Okay, and this is for your in terms of addition. Okay, if it is for division, multiplication, a inverse is 1 by a. For subtraction and division, it's undefined. Okay, this additive inverse is not defined. When we say, like, when we add a plus of minus a, you will get 0. Okay, so for any integer a, there exists an integer minus a such that a plus minus a is equal to 0. See, in number line also, when you see, you have 0 here, minus 1, inverse of this is minus 2, minus 1. sorry, plus 1 here, and inverse of this plus 1 is minus 1. Here plus 2, inverse of this plus 2 is minus 2, and so on. It goes on till infinity, isn't it? So when we add such numbers which are inverse, then you will get output as 0. Okay, plus 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, then and so on. Okay, so in general you will say a, an integer number, when added with its inverse, okay, minus a, it is equal to 0. Okay, so additive inverse of a is minus a, or in the opposite you can say minus a is additive inverse of a. Alright, now let's see for what is multiplicative inverse. So in multiplication you say if a is an number, so inverse of this will be 1 by a. Okay, when you multiply these two you will get output 1. Alright, so here is an example, 3 multiplied by 1 by 3, reverse of this in multiplication it is 1. Okay, so any number when multiplied with its reverse or inverse, okay, it will, the output it will give you is 1. Alright, this is your inverse property. And inverse property for subtraction and division, it is undefined. Alright, so you will not have any definition for subtraction and division for identity property. Okay, now sorry, inverse property, we have seen inverse property now. Okay, the last property or the important property you can say for in terms of equations or problems is your distributive property. Even this you had seen for your whole numbers before in the last year. Alright, okay, so what is distributive property? In general you will say a multiplied with b plus c. You will open this and expand this bracket, okay, with this a cross b plus a cross c. Okay students, this is the distributive property, opening of this braces, okay, and changing the what do you say, operation. Alright, so let's see, this distributive property is defined only under your addition and subtraction. Okay, it's not defined under multiplication or division. Okay, okay, now let's see. Oh, for your whole numbers example, this is 9, or this even come for your integer because all these belongs to integers. So just calculate this on the left hand side, what is the value you're getting, and on the right hand side tell me what is the value you're going to get. So on the left hand side, 9 multiplied by 12, bracket you'll have 12, so 9 times 12 is 108, isn't it? And what about 90 plus 18 on the right hand side? 90 multiplied by 10 is 9, 9 multiplied by 10 is 90, and this 18, so 90 plus 18 is again 108. So this was these two right hand side, left hand side and right hand side, they are equal now. Now let's see for integers, okay, that have minus with minus sign. Okay, so I have took this example, minus 2 multiplied minus 2 of 1 plus 3. So how will you expand this? You will expand this as minus 2 multiplied by 1 plus minus 2 multiplied by 3. Okay, now just calculate what is your answer going to be. Here it is 4 minus 2. On the left hand side it is minus 8. On the right hand side, this is minus 2 and this is minus 6, isn't it? So minus 2 plus of minus 6 is how much? It is again minus 8, isn't it? Okay, so LHS is equal to RHS. This had come true. Now let's take for subtraction. If I take 3 of 4 minus 6, okay, I took plus for plus, this is for addition, and one example for subtraction. Let's take one example and see whether this property comes true under subtraction or no. So you are going to expand this by taking 3 minus 3 cross 4 minus 3 multiplied by 6. Okay, so tell me what is the answer at LH on the left hand side. It is 4 minus 6 is how much? Minus 2. And so minus 3 multiplied by minus 2 is plus 6. Okay, let's check on the right hand side. It is 4 threes 12. This is minus 12. Minus of 6 threes how much? It is minus 18. Right, so this is nothing but minus 12 plus 18. Okay, this minus minus will become plus, and it is 18. Now tell me what is the answer. It is again plus 6. Right, so subtraction and addition will have distributive property. Okay, this property is used to solve the equations mainly. Okay, and prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side. So now this table gives you the total information about the properties till now what we had seen, isn't it? So closure property is true for all addition, subtraction, multiplication except of division. Okay, and I have just given you in the table the total properties. Okay, in this you don't have inverse, just inverse is left out. So inverse, what it is true for a plus of minus a. Okay, this will give you 0. This is for additive inverse. Multiplicative inverse is what? A cross 1 by a, this is equal to 1. So for inverse for your subtraction and division is not defined, okay, or not applicable, you can say. Okay, these are all the properties of integers, and yes, we haven't left out with any other properties now. So today let's stop here, and inshallah in the next class I would try to take some real-time examples, okay, on integers. Okay, until we meet for the next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.